show. Bren Esports has been a team known to do the first pick on the show, and they've been really studied upon here by Execration. Apparently, Kaya is going to be the priority target here for Bren Esports.
Divine Judgment is going to be a huge factor here going up against Execration. Execration focuses more on the assassin type of compositions, like Kagura. We got Gushin was there.
Different countries is very
Oh no, not Aldo. He's bad.
Yep.
We just might see Hanabi there for some reason. I feel it.
I think so too. Right now, though, of course, the minutes are going to be locked in. A lot of Kang being locked in already by Execration. Again, now a bit of a reminder for everyone. Angela, Aldo, Leslie are the three permanently banned heroes here, again, pending a fix. So we won't be seeing them for the rest of the tournament. So that's one huge ban threat already removed from the pickings here for all of the teams in the MPL.
Yeah, Execration is looking like they want to go for a straight out all-out brawl here. Minoan Fury plus the Hurricane Dance. That's just synergized well together.
There you go. Yes, that's kind of expected already. Again, the super late game scale, super split push composition here by Bren Esports. You can already see the averages on the score right there. On the scoreboard, speak for themselves. On the bottom of the screen, 4.19 kills. That is a huge amount of average kills for this guy.
Yeah, and Coco has won 2 games while he was on Elker. We've seen that time and time again. He was focusing on the split pushes, but looking at this, Jimmy makes her comeback here.
Here we go.
MPL.
The early game Jimmy powered is a prioritized here by Execration as well as the Leomord. Again, Coco is a huge Leomord player, taking that away from Bren Esports to actually limit their pool quite a bit. Again, Coco, a huge Leomord threat. And I really like that Execration did this. It kind of forces them into this weird pick where they don't know who Coco is going to be picking up. But apparently, he's going to be very happy on the helper. Rebo going to be locking in that claw early on.
They're looking like, Bren Esports is looking like a team that wants to go for fight earlier on just so that Kimmy won't be able to scale up properly. And I think the call for going for Claude and Lolita in order to synergize well with Helker and Kaya and Kagura, I think that was a good call here by Bren Esports. And Execration opting to pick up Harley, though. What do you think about that?
That's a great counter to the early game threat that apparently Bren Esports is showing right here for us. Because earlier I thought Bren was going to go for the late game because of the ban on the drop, but apparently they are the ones who want to take this earlier on. Picking up the Helker, fast response around the map. Same with the Claw. Early level 4 kills is a really big threat here for this squad. Add that on with basically free support with Yuji on the Kagura. That's just kill threats all around the map for this team.
Execration, they do have some sort of skill set as well. That's what's going to be with the Leomord. Deputy Forever on that Kimmy can deal a lot of damage as well. Supported by the Minoan Fury, supported by the Hurricane Dance, they might just be able to catch Bren Esports with his hands down here.
Yeah, and again, Execration looks like there's a huge team fighting team that we already kind of expected from Bren. Execration is usually the team that wants to play early games. The roles have been switched up in this matchup.
And right now it's going to be the matchup between an immovable force and an unstoppable object. Who is going to win here? Execration versus Bren Esports?
That's a big question, man. And we are going to be going into the Game 1 for the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 2 playoffs. Again, a big thank you to our elite sponsors, Ayala Mall, and our legendary sponsor, Smart. All of this presented by Moonton.
What do you think is going to be the scoreline here, though? That's the question.
Scoreline here, I am already expecting, I don't want to give any predictions here, but I'm expecting a 2-1 for Bren Esports. At least a minimum of 2-1 for Bren Esports, but let's go into the match. First game of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Bren Esports versus Execration.
Immediately, we're seeing Execration just teaming up together and making sure that nobody gets picked off earlier on in the game in order to give Bren Esports an advantage here.
Yeah, again, Bren Esports is playing a lot safer than I thought they would. Apparently, the late game clause is what they want to focus on here. Early rotations on the the turtle area is what the play here for Bren Esports is going to be.
Yeah, Claude here needs to really keep going for the jungle, get the camp as much as possible, farm up in order for him to start being a threat, because with the added bonus of Hellcrit just being present in the map, they can just pressure all the lanes all at the same time, but immediately here.
Yep, again, the turtle's going to be the one, the crab rather, going to be the one to be prioritized here by Bren Esports. They always want to play over that gold advantage. That's been their trademark ever since the first season. They're not slowing that down at any point here in the first match of the game.
Of course, you have to secure the gold in order for you to get item, but immediately, first blood by Puckbet there. That was just changed the landscape here real quick.
Yeah, even the cameraman didn't actually expect that to happen. Neither did I. A bit of a slip up here for UG in the mid lane. A lot of this is going to be a huge threat later on. This Alex is going to be very essential. It is central to Deanne, to Lars. All their ultimates will have to be compounded with the ultimate from this Alex in order to be effective. And Puckbet looks like he's playing very, very aggressive. They want to secure this turtle early on, and they are in a very good position to do so.
They really are. Zapdo caught in a bad spot here.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Almost gets taken out there, but the majority of Bren Esports here are already on level 4. They can go for a fight.
Yep, Bren Esports looking like they're being pinned up against the wall on all sides of the map. This Kimmy pick is just paying off dividends here for Execration.
Yeah, Coco has no response over to the top lane right now. We are going to see a turtle take here with Bren Esports contesting this from Execration. Slowly but surely, they're trying to figure out how to take this. They're just dwindling down the HP of the turtle here. Lumino Blast being charged up. Oh! And that's forever. He's going to go down. Yuji gets the first kill in that engagement. Lord, is trying to zone that out. He does have the Manoa Fury. Not just spot, just yet. And Bren Esports is going to be forced to fall back.
Of course, Bren Esports is still going to go back for the counter engage. Coco is in great position to free it. Coco gets one. Then he gets more. He goes back in. And Zapdo, that's it in the whip. He's trying to get his hand. And the Rebo, can he do it? I don't think so. He does it now. He gets it. Oh my god, that's a beautiful gameplay there for Execration. But their AC bars are actually getting whittled down very, very quickly.
That was a good engagement by Bren Esports, but Execration just managed to do well. Instead of just giving up their lives, they just decided to delay as much as possible, go back, and just try to pick off somebody. That's what Zapdo did. And then tied up the score line, nobody in a significant lead at this point.
Yeah, and that's an Execration trademark. Go for the very risky play just to get some amount of gold into your pocket. And they paid off dividends for them in that team fight, barely keeping up with the gold though for Bren Esports.
We're going to have to figure out who's going to be getting the turtle first, because with the latest adjustment with having 3 turtles in the game, that might just decide the battle here. Teams are going to have to focus on objectives here, but speaking of objectives, top lane looks like it's going to be contested by Execration. Instead, it's going to be the turtle.
Yep, a lot more priority here being given by Execration though. Stage is still in the wings waiting for a huge moment to go for the Newman Blast, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. He gets locked out against the wall.
And Rebo is down from the count. Fury gets connected onto Yuji and Pain, and they are going to have to fall back here. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Zapdo going for Coco. He's there. Coco, he's going on the right. He's going on with his He's playing around in the bottom lane against Zapdo.
The rest of Execration though, they're trying to go for the backup. And it's way too late to the party. 4 members being allotted by Bren Esports on the top. Wait, no,
that micro outplay by Coco, it was really just Zapdo had no answers whatsoever. That was just magical, but meanwhile, that's already a top turret going down.
Yeah, that's the power of the Kimmy pick. Early taking down of the turret is just so easy for the team that has the Kimmy. And that's the reason why this is going to get picked a lot more in this cup tournament. That's what I predicted.
Yeah, this is already going to be a very interesting tournament. A lot more open-ended choices. Nobody is going to just go for the meta. Everybody needs to go for the off-meta pick in order for them to have the upper hand.
And Kimmy is one of those big off-meta picks that we have to watch out for, and that is showing. Execration is showing why that is going to be the case here. So much damage output, especially if you can protect it for a long period of time, which is exactly what Execration is doing right now.
Kimmy really does start to hurt. I don't know if Claude would be able to keep up with the scaling that Kimmy has in this game alone, but we'll find as time goes by, we are already in the mid-game stage of the game. Boncher is going to fall down here by Execration, and I think there's going to be a retaliation. Counter on the face. That hurricane that's going to connect him. Dark Side Fall is going to be connected. Payne is going to go down. You know, it's going to be a Blasto.
That's a huge no shot. The follow-up on the game overtime is going to be way too late, though. Revo, though, he's wreaking havoc right now on the front line of Execration at the end. He's going to be victim to Hayes. And Yuji is here for the follow-up on the Lord. Here's Jeff Kitty forever, though. He's trying to go in for a little bit of backup. It's going to be enough to stop Bren Esports on their track. But that's gold lead right now for Execration. I did not expect it.
That's a 1,000 gold lead that we did not expect happening at all. We've never seen that happen during the regular season, and this is the first time I think we are seeing an engagement.
Oh my God, that gear right here is taken out right off the bat. And again, you know what, Fury going to be stopped right there by Bren Esports. It is time to go on macro mode. Bren Esports prioritizing the turtle, getting that buff, adds up so much damage to the attack. And of course, that will be stopped right here by Hayes, though. They get read like a book. Secure will be going over to Bren Esports. And
Ian is actually forced to use the Hurricane Dance. That is going to be at the cost of their turret. Sure, they do get one out of that engagement, but they'll lose this engagement over the middle lane. Ben is just going to get erased.
What was that? That was such a weird placement for this Alice in that stage of the game where he cannot really get out. And Bane is on the Kaya. He is controlling the tempo of this game right now. And Coco getting so much free farm on the bottom side of the map as well. Execration is not in any position to enter this.
We're seeing a huge rotation for Execration, though. They're just trying to defend this. Kaya, I haven't seen good divine judgment just yet. Bandicita is going to be called here. And I think they're just going to distract them from pushing any further.
Yep, again, here is the signature Bren Esports. Where do they get this goal around the map? They are getting pushed back over and over again, but they still manage to get a lead. That is just out of pure rotation. Apparently, they are showing that off right here as well.
And that is how they work. Bren Esports focuses more on the rotation in order for them to get the objectives, get kills, and get objectives. And that is really a trademark that other teams should start incorporating into their playstyle.
Yeah, they've been given a whole season. They've been given the whole of Season 1 as well to study that out. Apparently, Bren Esports is still the master of the craft, no matter how much the other teams try to emulate it. It is just from the masters themselves that they were able to execute it as beautifully as this.
And being offered immediately, things are looking really bleak here for Execration. Sure, they got a certain advantage. What, is it really counting towards the win, though? It doesn't look like it.
That's the point right now. They picked the Kimmy because they wanted to get the early game advantage. And where is it right now? This Kimmy is starting to look a lot more softer as this game is progressing. Because as they are starting to get a lot more sturdier, they can withstand the Kimmy blast. They can dive on them a lot easier. And I think that's the power of this composition right here. And I think that's something that we're going to have to watch out for, because Bren Esports, they look like they're going to start their steamrolling session.
Like that is going to happen. We might see a road roller here. You know, let's compare these two marksmen here. We got Claude, we got Kimmy. Claude is clearly really better at, as soon as we reach the late game stage, we're already in the late game stage, and they're starting to not have any answers at all when he comes in.
Yeah, because I think Coco showed us earlier just why Claude is so much better in the late game compared to Kimmy in terms of being a marksman, because of the mobility, because of how well he can reposition himself when he's put in a very bad spot in a team fight. And I think that is just the innate advantage of having Claude in your composition.
Yeah, and the only real answer that they have for the slipperiness that Claude is, they just have to rely on the Minoan Fury by far. They just have to rely on the Hurricane Dance, and they do need those big team fights. They can't focus those just on Coco alone.
Yeah, and again, Coco is going to be such a huge tool for Bren later on. I think that's the number one priority here for me. For the meantime, though, he's going to get kicked off. Coco's going to have to try to dodge it out. He's going to hold in the face of Execration instead. What dodge are you talking about? He's going hard on the Zatsu. He gets taken out. Revo is on the killing spree. Hayes is just blocking Forever can throw out. And Bren Esports is looking so on form right now.
Right now, they're going to be converting it into a Lord thing, and it's really, really bleak for Execration here. That was a bad engagement. It was nice to go for the Minoan Fury, but there were no follow-ups from Ben or Deputy Forever at all.
That's exactly what I was looking for earlier. I mean, Coco was so exposed in that bottom, in that very tight corridor. So I was a bit waiting for Execration to pull the trigger on that. Maybe a bit of hesitation cost them so much gold in that exchange.
And right now, they're already nearing knocking at the doors of Execration here. The tier 2 turrets are going to go down. Look at the experience difference there.
That is huge. That is a huge swing. Like, once Bren has his...
Zapdo, though, has Rebo, but that Dark Knight Ball is going to be forever. Rebo goes for the fling and manages to escape, and wow, that's just really masterful.
That is, again, masterful use of the helpers. And again, shown to us by Rebo. Zapdo gonna get taken out right off the bat, just like that. Picked out in no man's land. And I think that is a huge mistake here. Again, Zapdo trying to overextend when the rest of the team is just safely snuggled inside the base. And this is looking like the end here for Execration. They're getting boxed in all throughout their base. And it's going to be very difficult for them to find a way out.
And Lars just needs to make sure that his Minoan Fury connects to a lot of people and make sure that the rest of his team is going to follow through with it. That's the only way that he can come back here. Possibly go for a split push, try to distract Bren Esports from pushing in. But that is realistically the only way Execration can do this.
Exactly, in Execration, they're waiting for that window. They're looking for that window. And it's starting to look lower, smaller and smaller. Coco in the middle of the fight. He is so brave right now. Fighting off. Turret goes down the mid lane as well. Zapdo is taken out. Kimmy is the last remaining hope. That's Kimmy Forever. He's trying to push off the minions as best as he can. But Rebo, he has the plan.
Forever and Lord. Buckman is going to be taken off guard here. And they're doing spending all they can, and they're actually able to defend this as much as they can, but they don't have enough firepower here. He is diving into 4 people. That is not a wise decision here. Resurrect, Green Pop there onto Pain, Execration. Whoa! Almost wiped there. Lord just doing what he can to defend this. For now, he's defending the aggression, but as soon as the minions pour in, it's going to be game over.
Yeah, 13 minutes in. All of the inhibitor turrets are already destroyed. Yuji's on the mega kill. Coco again in the middle of the fight. He is unstoppable in this one. And Zapdo is trying to make something happen for his team. Okay, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Game 1 goes over to Bren Esports.
And that was masterful. I mean, looking at how the gameplay went, Execration had the upper hand, but as soon as he slipped up over there at the bottom lane, that's when Bren Esports just took advantage of it and just rolled with it without any problems whatsoever.
Yeah, that was actually very massive execution here for Bren Esports, showing us that